Now we'll need to go ahead and make some changes to our contact form. So I'll scroll down and we're going to remove this block of text here. We also want to remove the phone number, input, and label. So I'll just delete this block of code here. We need to add an ID and name attribute to each field. So I'll start with the name field, and then the email address. Okay, so we'll let the user type in a little bit more text into the message area. 100 character max, and you can increase or decrease that depending on your needs. And I just need to add the ID contact to the submit button. And there's a hidden input here. We don't need this, so just delete it. Now add the div that will contain our error messages. So our error messages will be displayed right above the name label, as you can see here. And the ID for that div is add_error2, consistent with what we've been using for the other pages as well. Next, we'll need to move the jQuery.js include into our head tag, because we want to load the library immediately. Now we need to create our JavaScript code to transmit the data to our PHP script and display any success or error messages. And remember that this is done using JavaScript with AJAX integration. So I'm just going to paste the script in. And remember that this is available to you in your downloads folder, so you don't have to type out the entire thing. I'll just go through the script. We first start with an on-click event on the submit button with the ID contact. Once the button's clicked, we store the values of the three inputs, fname, email, and message. The data is transmitted to our PHP page called sendMessage.php. We'll create this file in the next lesson, so we haven't made that yet. And a lot of this should look familiar. We've worked with the script a couple of times now. And below are our success and error codes. So if our PHP script outputs the word true, we're going to display a message sent alert. And then everything else is an error code. So for example, fname long would mean that the first name has exceeded 50 characters, which is not allowed. Fname short would mean that the first name has not exceeded 2 characters. And then we have email long, email short, which is the same thing, but for the email address. E format again. So the E format is going to check if the email address is in the correct format. If not, it's going to just output the error code E format. And then we have message long and message short, which checks to make sure that the message doesn't exceed 50 characters, but it must exceed 2 characters. And then we have just a generic, if any other error occurs, we're going to put error processing request message. Please try again. And so that's the entire script. It's pretty straightforward. Again, we've done that a few times now. And so in the next lesson, we'll go ahead and create our PHP script that'll take care of validation and submitting this ultimately to an email address.